What am I up to now? Yummy, crispy apple, fresh. My hood light, not my interior, my under hood light wasn't working. So I yanked on the wires when I was in Phoenix, and up came broken, melted wires. No idea why it would get burned the way it was, but that's what I had. Stubs, stumps. So I could actually solder onto that, but I went through my pile of parts, the bucket that I got from the junkyard dump truck that's long gone to China, and I found the wiring harness that I had clipped off of the underhood light right here. But interestingly, mine's a 95 Chevrolet, that was a 96, and they're totally different. This one uses a braided ground wire. It's a little frayed, and one wire over here, and then it grounds to the body. Real simple. Real simple, see? Anyhow, I snipped back my inch of wire that's sticking out of the loom, and I crimped on some solderless connectors, and now I've got this bracket that mine didn't have. Mine plugged in somewhere with a little plastic snap into the body. I don't know where it snapped in, but anyhow, that one's rusted and full of mercury. So I'm going to just take mine and slip this off. And slide that on, like that. And slip this little plastic dinky thing on. And there. I've got some shrink tubing I'll heat up with a little propane torch. Now, when I was clipping back the wires, popped the fuse. So, I looked at my interior fuse diagram, interior lights, this light, that light, nothing. Picked this one up under the hood that's different than my 97 crew cab. And all I could find here was auxiliary fan, ECM, fuel solenoid. So I prodded all the fuses until I found one that was live on one side and dead on the other. See, that one's live on both sides. If they're live on both sides, it's good. If they're dead on both sides, it's switched with the key. This one had power before I turned the key on. Anyways, I found that it was this one right here. And the burned fuse is right there. And that fuse is this one right here, horn and underhood lamp. So I'll put a new fuse in, and with this handy dandy fuse puller, light comes on. How do you like that? Put my fuse puller back where it belongs, right there. Put the fuse cover back on where it belongs. And I've got an underhood lamp that is not hooked up to the light switch like it should be. So I could turn it off. So I'll put the shrink tubing on there. I've got my brake drum back on back here. And I'm going to order the parts because nobody has an emergency cable in stock. And maybe I'll just leave the axle out. I've got G80 Posi. I can drive with one axle. Alright, I got to get back to rust proofing. It's so cold. My apple won't get warm, that's for sure. Just turn a little brown. And that intercooler is coming off. I used red grease from Texas Dollar Store, made in USA. Love it. Chevrolet. Because I don't feel like lying underneath the truck, I've been tinkering with some things under the hood. Oh, don't forget the razor blade. Anyhow, I pulled off the fuel filter, and folks may wonder what's underneath that weird plastic ring. It's just a retaining ring like the newer cars that hold the headlight bulbs into the housing. There's the filter, made by Stanadyne Corporation, Windsor, Connecticut. And what's inside there? Water sensor. Anyways, we'll put the filter back in. Flood diesel fuel all over the engine. Put the retaining ring back on.